Are we recording yet?
We are.
We are coming to you live from our studio in Nebraska.
Really?
Is that a place? Did I just make up a place?
I think it's in America.
Okay. We are going to make this go fast. I keep trying to come up with something interesting to say at the beginning of these, and I have decided that I should just pre-script it because I cannot be funny impromptu. It's just not possible.
It is a gift that few of us have.
It's not a gift I have. Welcome to Popcorn Edition Couch Theater. The last time we said Popcorn Edition was on the Redemption, the still not yet released Redemption episode. Maybe it'll be released by the time this one is out. And that one went on for an hour. So hopefully this one does not go on for an hour, even though I have literally just been vamping at this mic for 1 minute and 10 seconds now. And you can see our problem with brevity.
What is our popcorn edition there, Raph?
We are talking about Blockbuster Forgettables. So sometimes it's, you see some trailers and you're like, that's a movie. It's got stuff. And you go see the movie and the movie occurs. It happens. And then you leave the movie and it just has just profoundly no effect on your life.
Profoundly.
Like, profoundly no effect.
It's not necessarily a bad movie.
No. Because
bad movies can be quite memorable.
Yeah, if I hate a movie or I think a movie is bad, I'm probably going to remember it. But a lot of movies, and this is maybe, not to hit on the thing everyone hits on, more of symptoms of movie by committee and that kind of stuff, where movies get very samey, they hit the same beats in a very formulaic pattern, so you see the movie and you don't hate it, but also, the movie's not doing it. Like, the movie doesn't have anything to say, and, what is the point of art if it doesn't have an opinion, really?
That's true, that's true. And we're gonna play a little game with this. Mm-hmm. Raph has racked up some movies that he is reminded of as forgettable. Somehow he
have unforgotten them.
Yeah. I also have a list.
Yeah.
And we're going to take turns. One person's going to try to describe the plot a little vaguely and see if the other person remembers the movie.
I don't know about a little. My descriptions of these plots are extremely vague. That's almost intentionally misleading. Except I will probably give you an actor name or something like that. Alright, do you want to start off?
Do I want to start off? Okay. Wow.
And these are in no particular order. They're just movies on the list.
Alright, for the first movie, basically some teenagers and some old men get digitalized to a different world.
Is this Tron?
Where they must do some stuff to survive and get back to the real world.
This is not Tron.
No, but I think I've made it actually. That's not so vague. I think it's
all I can think of is Tron Legacy right now.
It's a game.
Yeah. Oh, is it Ready Player One?
Nope.
No. Give me a year for this movie.
Probably 2019. Yeah.
Recent.
Jack Black.
Maybe I just haven't seen this.
The Rock.
Oh, is this the Jungle Cruise? Nope. Jumanji.
It's one of The Rock's many jungle movies.
Which Jungle Cruise, I guess, could have been on my list.
Jumanji Next Level in particular, the second one.
Okay. I haven't actually seen Jumanji.
Okay.
Or maybe I have.
I watched the first one. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
I watched the second one.
It was worse?
I mean, I liked how they had, old people part of it, because they got to feel young again, I guess. But the stakes were not raised to any degree. In the first movie, the antagonist is a program.
Okay.
In the second movie, the antagonist is a program. You see my problem here.
Well, I mean, it's a program. What more do you want?
I mean, when the antagonist is a program who's pretending to be a bad guy for you to play this game, it's already, the stakes don't feel that large.
Yeah.
But for the first movie, at least, it's fun to watch, and there's, very charming characters. Mostly The Rock, I guess, is very charming. But in the second movie, it's just the same stuff again.
Okay.
Same stuff except old people in the bodies. That's the only thing they've changed. And so I left with it not remembering what happened.
Oh, damn. Alright, I've got a twofer. So I've got two movies.
Okay.
And I think you're going to know which movies I'm talking about, because I know we talked about this when we started discussing these. But I'm going to describe the basic plot of the first one. I need you to tell me which one is which. That's what I want you to do here. So, first one. Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx are trapped in the White Tower and team up to save Channing Tatum's daughter and foil a terrorist attack on the White House. Second movie. Gerald Butler, Morgan Freeman, and Aaron Eckhart are trapped in the White Tower and team up to save the president and foil some terrorist plots. Both of these movies came out in 2013. Tell me which one is which.
Wow. White House Down, and I also have that movie, Olympus Has Fallen.
Can you tell me which is which from those descriptions?
Only by the actors.
Only by the
Although, I guess Olympus Has Fallen is a little bit more like Die Hard? I don't know.
Aren't they both? Because White House Down is like, I think he's like on a field trip or something with his daughter. Uh-huh. And then, I actually have no idea what Jamie Foxx does in that movie. But I just remember he was on a field trip or something of that nature with his daughter, and then terrorist attack. And now, now we're basically in Die Hard. And Olympus Has Fallen was like, I think he's a security guard? And then a terrorist attack. And now we're basically Die Hard. It's the same movie. I actually cannot comprehend how both of these movies got made in the same year. Because I assume, it's Hollywood, right? They talk to each other, right? Someone would have been like, oh, someone else is making that movie. Maybe we should delay this by a year or something like that.
I can only assume that two people at a party, big producers, were like, I bet you I can make a better White House movie than you.
It was like a bet. They were like, I can do it so much better than you. You don't even have any talent.
Did they? Yeah, that's such a forgettable movie.
I legit don't remember what happened.
And then there's what? Isn't there a sequel? Like, when I put this movie down first on my list.
Sequel?
So, for Olympus Has Fallen, when I first put this on my list, I wrote down Something Has Fallen. Because I couldn't remember the name of the movie. But no, there's I think there's something like London Has Fallen or something.
Is that like a spiritual sequel or an actual sequel?
No, it's not. It has Gerald Butler and Morgan Freeman.
So they go there. Maybe they're the terrorists.
I have not watched the movie due to the forgettableness of the first one.
It's kind of like, have you ever seen 24? Like the series with Kiefer Sutherland. So basically, basic premise of 24. He's a guy. He's a badass. He's the baddest badass that ever badassed. And something happens, and then he's got 24 hours to do everything, and every episode is like an hour, quote unquote. And my God, these people have some super productive days. Just the amount of stuff they get done in 24 hours is mind-boggling. But every time I watch one of those seasons, they're so much fun. I enjoy them in a nutshell, but I just you are the problem, Jack Bauer. You see what the common denominator is in all this. It's you. You're the problem. So I think maybe Gerald Butler and that Morgan Freeman, they're the problem if they're going to different places and terrorists are attacking.
Interesting. Okay. Here's another one. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I had to actually Wikipedia the plot for this one. I watched it. Okay. A rookie agent, presumably I think CIA.
Okay.
Teams up with a veteran CIA agent, I think, who is allegedly betraying the CIA or the government. And together they must do something. Yeah, try to...
That's millions of movies, right?
That's why it's on the forgettable list.
I got nothing for you.
Okay, good, because I don't know what else to say about the movie. Safehouse.
Have I seen that?
Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington.
Oh, I have seen that. Oh my goodness. I don't remember anything. I assumed there was a Safehouse in that movie.
So I think because he was under interrogation, or Denzel Washington was supposed to be under interrogation or something. So he was put in a safe house that Ryan Reynolds was overseeing, the rookie agent. And something happens. Anyhow, I remember the trailer being like, ooh, this looks really good. Because it had that song by Kanye West, No Church in the Wild. So I was like, this movie looks great. And then I watched it, and now I don't remember anything about it.
Alright. I've also got a Ryan Reynolds one. This one came out also in 2013 because apparently this was the year for forgettable movies. Ryan Reynolds is dead, but he's not dead. He's a cop.
I think I know it. I've seen like 20 minutes of it.
I think I've seen the entire movie. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that I know that I have seen these movies, but I legit don't remember seeing these movies.
And there's extraterrestrial or something.
Yeah, so this
monsters.
This is R.I.P.D. I think it's Rest in Peace Department or something. He's dead, but there's basically a supernatural cops that like investigate deaths or something, and he's like trying to like find the guy who killed him or something like that. That's all I remember from this movie.
It's an interesting premise.
Yes.
Too bad they didn't do anything.
I mean, is it even that interesting a premise? I guess you can do some interesting things with it, but I don't remember the movie doing anything. I just remember that I watched it and I moved on with my life.
Okay, I have a collection of movies.
I have a couple of collections here.
They're all under the same story. Okay. A robot from the future goes back to the past to kill some person.
You're not talking about the most forgettable movie ever, Terminator, right?
I'm talking about every Terminator movie after the second one. Which are, by the way, like 4. Terminator 3, which has like the main character, it's Sean Connery, right? No, wait, that's the actor.
Salvation, Judgment Day, Redemption,
Rise of the Machines.
Oh god, they just have so many names.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's when he's an adult, and then there's like a female Terminator, and then you have the one with Christian Bale, where like the Terminators are attacking and it's war, and then you have some other one where they go back in time and things completely change, and it turns out he turns into a bad guy. The Terminator turns into what is his name?
I got nothing for you.
Anyhow, and then the last one, they're all so
forgettable.
Is that what we're just gonna say?
That's sort of the theme here.
It's so sad though, because like James Cameron really knew how to up the stakes in the second movie. Yeah. With Judgment Day, the Liquid Terminator. That was such a cool concept and scared the crap out of 10-year-old Sam. I could tell you that. Like, it was so good. And then
nothing. Fizzle pop.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Terminator 3.
I have unfortunate news for you. Okay, so from this one, I've got a couple of movies, and they're all the same. But like, I picked at random one of the IMDb descriptions, and I want you to tell me which of them this is. A deadly threat from Earth's history reappears, and the hunt for a lost artifact takes place between the Autobots and the Decepticons, with Optimus Prime encountering his creator. Go.
You said from the past. That's still so many of them.
That is almost literally all of them.
I'm just gonna have to guess Age of Extinction.
You are... I think you're right. I have actually forgotten which one this is. This is either the Last Night or Age of Extinction.
Okay.
I think this is Age of Extinction. No, this is Last Night. Because Age of Extinction, the description was a deadly threat, blah, blah, blah. And then the Autobots go to find family or something like that. This is the Last Night. Yeah, what a series of forgettable movies. I will say that I enjoyed the first Transformers, mostly because there was a period there where I had a DVD of that one, and that was my only source of entertainment for like a 2-week stretch, and I just watched and rewatched it. So probably through just pure Stockholm Syndrome. And, you know, I'm kidding around, but, you know, Michael Bay does the explosions and the pow-pow. They're interesting. I'm like, hey, I like this movie. And then the second movie happens. I'm like, this is the first movie, right? And then the third movie happens. I'm like, what's going on? And then the fourth movie happens. And I'm like, I didn't think this franchise could get more confused, but it seems to have.
Is that where they switch it with?
It becomes Mark Wahlberg. And then there's the guy who goes on this like 5-minute spiel about the Romeo and Juliet law. And I'm just like, nobody needed this. You know, I guess maybe this movie is not that forgettable because I distinctly remember that scene of just him talking about like how it's not illegal for him to be dating this underage girl. I'm like, nobody needed this. Nobody needed you to explain this. It feels like some writer in the writer's room was like trying to justify something and they were like, hey, everybody needs to know this.
Wait, okay, so help me out here. Is The Last Night the 5th movie?
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing in between Age of Extinction.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing in between.
Because you know what would be hilarious?
If there was one in between.
Well, there is one Transformer movie that took a different spin from the first one, right? But nobody, it's not under that same, I guess, universe. The Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee was a spin-off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just confirmed. Apparently though, there's one supposed to be coming out next year. Rise of the Beasts.
My goodness.
Alright.
A man whose wife is murdered must now protect a little girl from thugs.
Taken?
No. Taken
is
is
not
good.
a forgettable movie.
Taken 3.
Taken had sequels?
Yes, my man.
Okay. Maybe there should just be a list, like a subsection that's just sequels that did not need to occur.
Yes. But this is not a sequel. This is an original movie.
A man is a girl is taken by thugs and he has to protect her?
He has to, she isn't taken by them, I think. He just has to protect her from the thugs. She is a Chinese girl, young Chinese girl, and she, I think, has some safe code or something that's really important.
Oh god. They always have something that they know.
And it's not Rush Hour.
I'm drawing a blank. I feel like I know this movie.
Jason Statham.
The Transporters?
No. It's called Safe.
I don't think I've heard of this one.
Yeah, no. I remember being interested in it because, again, the premise, Jason Statham protecting a young Chinese girl who apparently has information or some sort of safe code or something. Sounded cool, but ended up being super bland. They try to get you to relate with him, like, oh, his wife died, and you're just like, nah.
Lots of wives died.
A lot of wives died in a lot of movies. You've done nothing to actually establish a relatableness or sympathy for this character.
Jason Statham is not, I don't think he does sympathy well. Like, he does badass well. I think that's about what he does. Do you remember the Transporter series?
I have not watched them.
I remember watching a couple of them. Those probably would also go on the list of forgettable movies. Do you remember Crank?
No.
You haven't seen Crank? That movie was wild. That movie was an acid trip.
I see. So we've added more lists just from Jason Statham, which is sad because I like him.
I mean, he's definitely got a type of movie. There's houses, and the houses are on wheels.
Wheels of houses?
Not necessarily wheels, but like the houses move.
Is it an anime live action adaptation?
No, actually, I don't know if it's a live action adaptation. It is a live action. I don't know if it's adapting anything.
I don't know, but I have one in mind.
What is it?
I just don't know what it's called.
Oh.
There's like the houses can eat other houses or something. They all have wheels, like cities of houses. It's based off of an anime.
Are you thinking of Mortal Engines?
Yes.
Because that's what I'm talking about. And I guess I don't even remember anything about the movie. I didn't remember that they ate each other. I just remembered, there was that movie. That they were the houses and they moved. What was that movie about again? It took me so long to actually find the name because I didn't know what I was looking up.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's based off of an anime.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's something.
That's a whole nother topic, though.
Adaptations?
Live action adaptations of anime and how they've never succeeded.
Also, video game. While I was going through, like, IMDb and stuff, do you recall that there was a movie made about World of Warcraft called Warcraft?
Yeah.
I recalled this while looking through movies. I was like, oh yeah, Warcraft. That movie was made. Whatever happened to that? Is anyone talking about Warcraft? Or Hitman, Agent 47? Or San Andreas? They made a freaking... What's the stupid game called? I forgot the name of the game.
Super Mario.
No, the one where you drive around and shoot people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm completely blanking.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, they made a Grand Theft Auto game. That's San Andreas.
Really?
I tried to do as little research as possible on this because I didn't want to I wanted to come in as fresh as possible, but San Andreas sounds like a Grand Theft Auto movie. I'm going to look it up now. It's got The Rock in it, so, he's like...
No, that's in a completely different movie, man.
Are you sure?
San Andreas is based off of a real-world event.
Oh my god, I sound like a complete asshole now.
Yes, you do. I think a hurricane, or...
Oh my...
Oh, that is nothing like Grand Theft Auto.
What did I watch then? What did I watch?
Pastor?
I don't know. I feel like I definitely watched... Did I just completely space out while watching this movie?
There's a movie called Faster that has The Rock.
You know what?
And he goes on revenge for people who killed his brother or betrayed his brother or something like that.
Maybe I was on acid when I watched this.
San Andreas is made off of a real world event.
Damn. It's got a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes though, so that's good.
Okay. I have more on my list, but I want to save them for another time.
Alright, I've got the most special movie ever. Scarlett Johansson does some movie
Lucy?
Yep. Oh my goodness, that movie was just bad.
Yeah, I don't think you're using enough percentage of your brain to understand it.
Because what even happens? It was basically the Limitless plot. So there's a drug, and it makes you badass. And she takes the drug, and she becomes badass, and then she became a computer. Why does anyone want this?
That's so weird. Why do they always go to that? Do they not know that artificial intelligence means artificial? It means it's trying to mimic human intelligence or some actual intelligence. Do
you know what is sad though? What I realized were actually, in my mind, maybe not another. I mean, really, this entire list is subjective. Maybe someone's favorite movie is Mortal Engines, and they're like, "How dare you?" Maybe someone is like, "How dare this moron forget what San Andreas is about?" But basically, all the X-Men movies after First Class, to me, in my mind, are just black. I realized I was like, "Oh, there's Dark Phoenix."
You're talking about the remakes, right?
Yeah, I liked First Class, but then it's like, there's Dark Phoenix, and I'm like, I don't remember, I can't, in my mind, separate Dark Phoenix from Apocalypse. Because in my head, there's a blue guy, and then Sansa Stark starts doing stuff. That's the image in my head for both of those movies, and I don't know what the plot of them is.
I knew that Apocalypse was going to be bad. Days of the Future Past was the last one of the...
Oh, I forgot about that one.
That one was like, they got the two two groups together.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad.
But I knew Apocalypse.
Wasn't that good either.
I am going to control the world.
Anytime someone starts talking about taking over the world, it's like you're walking on well-worn ground right now. Most people don't care anymore.
You know where people need to learn how to have a true bad guy tragic story?
From
Phineas and Ferb. Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I'm going to tell you, man, his stories are way more tragic, and way more relatable.
And he gives it to you real quick in 2 minutes. It's like, boom, backstory. You're like, oh my goodness.
When I was a kid.
When did this sad thing happen? How did so many sad things happen to you? Well,
this has been our list of forgettable movies.
Yeah, some more forgettable than others. But what would you say, if you had to diagnose this, what would you say is the fundamental problem? So, is it just that there's too many movies and sometimes some movies are just meh and you just forget about them?
I think it was interesting. For a lot of them, you were able to categorize multiple movies that were similar, right?
Yeah.
I think that's just the problem. There's nothing unique about it, right? It's just a blockbuster. It's supposed to have some action.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the action in itself is just bland as well, right? So you make a movie that's supposed to be enjoyment. You enjoy some explosion, some stuff. But it's just explosions, and you get tired of it after a while. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's empty. It's just popcorn movies.
Like, at least with like the new Jurassic. So the original Jurassic Park movie is deep, but the Jurassic World, they're not really deep. But I mean, they're still memorable because it has dinosaurs fighting dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
If you're just gonna sell me action, at least sell me good action or fun action, right?
You have to be able to stand out of the crowd in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of them just don't. They're just a movie. Which
is weird because it's like, hundreds of $1 million go into this to produce a movie that's...
Well, like, I think that's the idea, right? In my cynical brain, it's hundreds of millions of dollars go in to create a movie that looks like a movie that has made hundreds of millions of dollars. And you know what? You see this, that's the thing, right? I see the trailer for Apocalypse and I'm like, I'll try it out. And then I shuffle myself off to the cinema, hand them my $10 or whatever it costs these days, and I watch the movie and I come out, I'm like, yeah, that was about as whatever as I thought it'd be, but guess what? They just made $10 off of me and $10 off of everyone who was here, so like...
Who's like, I don't know what to do on a Friday night.
Yeah, I'll just go watch this movie. And then they see their returns and they're like, we put $100 million into this movie, we got $500 million back, why would we not make another one of these?
Super easy, buried inconvenience. That also
I
is
think we're allowed to say that.
Yeah, that's plagiarism. That is, okay, for safety. I am quoting Ryan George from pitch meetings. So
his lawyers don't come at you.
Anyhow, this has been fun. It's been...
Yeah, this has been a good... it was a throwback to movies I have seen, and apparently some I have not seen or saw and was, I don't know, coked out while I was watching it that I don't remember anything about it.
You've unseen the movies.
And Smash the Black.
Wait, isn't there some sponsorship?
Oh, this episode is brought to you by McCafe Hot Chocolate. They are watered down and super boring.
You can't say that.
I can't just roast McDonald's. I guess, what are the odds that McDonald's is going to want to sponsor us?
McDonald's is the best, and anybody who says otherwise.
McDonald's fries are bae. Yes. Everything else, I can do without.
We should do food.
Wait, no. McDonald's milkshakes are also the bomb. Mm-hmm. Everything else, I can do without.
Okay. And with that, bye-bye.